Hey you guys, so I just want to make a quick video on the difference between men and women when it comes to sex. I dated a few lesbians after my divorce, and every date involved lunch or dinner and a sleepover and a lot of texting and a lot of emotions that they wanted. It was coming from them. They wanted. Even when they just wanted to hook up. A lot of texting, a lot of emotions, a lot of talking, dinner, and sleepovers. It was never just, can I come over and fuck you? There was one woman who was fine with just fucking me. I told her, I don't want to kiss you, but I'll let you go down on me. And she was okay with that, but she still wanted the lunch first. Whereas guys are just like, yeah, let me just slide that weenie in your whatever. There is a difference between men and women. Now, if we look at lesbians and the kind of porn they make, I don't even know if they make porn. I don't know if I've seen any lesbians make porn. I follow several men on Just for Fans. Just for Fans is a sex platform by sex workers, for sex workers, and there are cis women like me, naturally born women. There are transgender women, and there are also a lot of gay men. And I have followed women, cis women, that means biologically women, and I have followed gay men. And this is what I have to tell you. The cis women will either be women that are doing love-making type of sensual content with their boyfriend. Like they will film having sex with their boyfriend or their husband. Not with random men, their boyfriend or their husband that they love. Or they are cam models. They are used to just modeling. They're just models. That's it. Like a model on Vogue, except they're nude. Okay? And they'll do whatever, but you're not touching them. That's what women will do in the porn world that I've seen. And this is porn that women make on their own pages. Forget the porn that is directed by men, for men, where they take young, vulnerable women, college age, 18, 19-year-old women, give them $500 for a movie and make however much they want. Ladies, you can make a lot more on your own page. I make $1,500 a week easily, $1,000 to $1,500 a week every week on my Just for Fans. Why would I make a video for some guy paying me $500, making me do all kind of shit, I'm using that word on purpose, that he wants that's going to hurt? It's going to hurt. That stuff in that commercial porn is painful. Those women are young, impressionable. They don't like it. They're probably drunk or high to do that stuff. So don't even consider that. Those women are not empowered. They're sexually harassed in a way. They're not empowered. Anyway, so the sexually empowered women that have an OnlyFans, I would also include the category of, ooh, look at me, look at me, look at me. But they're modeling, whether they're camming or showing off their body like I do on my Just for Fans, showing off my body. It's modeling. Or they have sex with their boyfriends or husband, their boyfriend or husband. They are monogamous women. Okay, now when it comes to the men, it's a completely different world. They do things that are very shocking to me. Prolapse, look that up. I'm not going to explain it. Well, I'll explain it. The colon, they push the colon out. And it comes out, you know, your colon is like that narrow, but when it comes out, it's super big and it's all red. Google prolapse, you will see a video of it, probably. It looks painful to me, but the people who follow him, he has a lot of followers, they love it. They find it very erotic. There will be things, a lot of things with bondage, facial coverings, where the other man is doing like a 20-minute hand job with a lot of orgasm denial, I guess, or just edging. There will be like some slight electrocution thing, the penis pumping thing, all done gently and with love. There's no abuse here going on. But there'll be these really long 20 to 30 minute videos with a lot of really good lighting and the swing. One guy's in the swing and one guy is filming and one guy is doing it. They're not satisfied with just kissing and blowjobs and fucking. They're not satisfied with that. These men, the men that want to see the porn with the men are not satisfied with that. The gay men want to see something radical, something really, and again, it's not rape. You know, the commercial porn takes advantage of young women. This porn is not taking advantage of anyone. These are men in their 40s and 50s doing exactly what turns them on. So they're empowered. But the sex that they're doing and the sex that the men are paying for to watch on these sites, that's what they want. Okay, it's very extreme. I don't see lesbians doing anything like that. I've never seen a lesbian make prolapse videos or, put a hood on me and chain me down and electrocute me and rub me to orgasm. I have never seen that, but there are a lot of men who do that. And then the other thing is a lot of group sex, a lot of orgies. I have not seen lesbian orgies that women did on their own pages, okay? If they've done it, it's been the commercial porn. Again, let's not look at that. I'm talking about what people create. When they're giving their own platform, when they're given their own choice, the kind of sex that men want versus what women want. And that's why I'm using lesbians and gay men as kind of a model to see what people really want. And again, a lot of group sex with these guys. So I have followed this very hot, these guys are super freaking hot, as a lot of gay men are. They must be in their mid-30s couple. They're always having group sex, always having group sex. And no one seems to get jealous. They do these poppers, which is, I don't know what it is, some kind of thing, a popper. I know I'm using terms you probably never heard of. I had to look up a lot of the stuff too. And they're having a lot of group sex and they think it's great. And then they wear those little harness things and the cute little jockstrap things. And then you can grab onto the guy's harness on the back when you're fucking him. Anyway, if you're a gentleman watching this is not to disparage you or anything. I'm just saying I don't get why that's hot. I'm a woman. I'm making this from a female point of view, and I'm respecting them as an artist, and I follow some of them, and I watch it, and at the same time, it doesn't turn me on or arouse me. I'm just like, huh, let's see, now, why would someone like that? I guess that turns them on. Like, that's interesting. So I'm looking at it more of like out of a sense of curiosity. It doesn't turn me on. So we also know that men are capable of going to bathhouses. They will go to a place, or there are these places men can go in certain cities where they just stick their penis through a hole in the wall and some guy sucks them off. Yeah. I've never heard of a woman sticking her pussy through a wall to be fucked or sucked off. Okay, that's another difference between men and women. Also, men have an app called Grindr. I had this guy years ago who was on Grindr. He showed me the app. He was a guy I did hook up with briefly. It was really, really good sex with this guy. He was in his early 30s. The problem was he didn't like it that I got a little attached to him. He said that was no good and I would never hear from him again. And I didn't. But nonetheless, he had the app Grindr, and he was showing me, and on the app, it has like, each man has a profile, and it shows a picture of their penis, the length of their penis, the circumference of their penis, whether they're cut or uncut, because it is so physical. I can't imagine lesbians being on a sex app, wanting to know, you know, what does your pussy look like? How long is it? How wide is it? What does your lips look like? See, I'm telling you, we're different. So, and then these guys can just go hook up, and a lot of times it involves, I think, doing these poppers or sometimes they want to do meth. I think maybe it tells you on there if they want to do drugs or not. And then you can just drive to the guy's house and just fuck him. Now, oh, and they also say if they're a top or a bottom. So men like to, not all gay men, but many do have penetration sex in the anal, in the ass. So the bottom is the one being penetrated and the top is the one doing the penetrating. It doesn't mean that he's necessarily on the bottom. I mean, he could be in any position, but he's the submissive one. And then there are different types of categories for men because men are very specific. Even men I've seen as clients who want to experiment with another man, they're very specific. They want someone young or they want someone old. They want someone hairy or they want someone no hair at all, very smooth skin. They want someone thin or they want whatever. They get very picky. A lot more picky than women. Another difference is that gay men are really fucking attractive. I remember after my divorce when I was on a Match and OkCupid and all these apps looking for women, I was looking for women my age, which was early 50s. I was very disappointed that most of these lesbians looked very dumpy and frumpy. Like no makeup, heavy set, their clothing was blah, like, you look bad. Get to the gym, fix your hair, get a freaking makeover. You're on a dating site. But you go look at the men on Match. They're looking for men. Oh my God. They are freaking hot. They all look like calendar models. Because to date a man, you got to look hot. And women dating men all look very hot. But anyone dating a woman was very blah, and maybe that's why the lesbians are blah and a lot of men on the dating apps are very blah because they're trying to appeal to women so they don't care how they look. The people trying to appeal to men really pay attention to their appearance. That's why women try to look good. I'm always aware of how I look for men. Men are served well. Guys, any guys listening to this, you have to do a little grooming. Here's a little side tip. I saw last night, and I saw this guy who was having a great time, but his downfall was his clothing, okay? He was in his 50s. He was short, but he could still dress better. He was wearing very baggy clothing, and it wasn't stylish. His jeans were baggy, and his shirt was baggy. It was hanging over his pants. Guys, wear some form-fitting clothes. Get a tailored shirt. You know, wear something that's form-fitting. Don't wear something where it has all these baggy sleeves. And don't wear those white marshmallow type of tennis shoes. Oh, and he was wearing tennis shoes. Don't wear tennis shoes. Come on. Get a decent pair of shoes. Just go to Nordstrom. Have them help you. It's not that expensive. I'm not saying you have to go to like a very high-end store. Just have someone help you if you're don't have a woman to help you. Wear something decent because that'll make you look a lot hotter. Anyway, men and women are very different when it comes to sex. And for us as women, context is really important. How we feel about you and how our moods are. Men often have a switch on or off. And women, there's a lot of mood that goes into it. And that's why, ladies, I made this whole video for you to explain to you that we love men for having this interest in us, right? This penetrative interest. This penetrative interest that they have, you know how their penis is just throbbing to get inside of us? Their brain has to be throbbing to get inside of our brain. Their heart has to be throbbing to get inside of our heart to get to know us. You do not have to offer your body to an unconscious man who's just looking for a release in any vagina that he can get. These guys are not very picky. These guys that just want to fuck you are not very picky. They'll take any vagina they can get. So be careful which men you let into your body. Make sure that they respect you mentally, that they honor you emotionally, that they care how you feel, that you feel safe with them, and that if you have sex with them, and you don't know them and you're not in a relationship and you never hear from them again, which is a 99% chance you never will, that you don't care. But if you don't care, I'm going to ask you what you're avoiding, what part of your feminine nature you've shut down. Because there are some women, and that used to be a lot of me too, that thought that being a woman or being feminine or having requirements was a sign of weakness. But it really is just honoring our true essence. And I made this video about lesbians and gay men to show you men left to their own devices will fuck anything that they can get their dick into, even through a freaking hole in the wall. Whereas women left to their own devices, they want to snuggle, they want to cuddle, they want to sleep over, they want to know how you feel. Yes, they want sex. They want sex because it bonds you in the relationship. So when we go around having sex with men, we have to remember they're not like us in how they approach sex. They're not like us in how they can approach sex. They can just have sex through you might as well be like the frickin' hole in the wall. Just think of that. Unless a man has proven otherwise, you're just a hole in the wall to him. That's all you are. Do not take his interest in you personally, ladies. Do not take his interest in you personally unless he has acted personally by taking you out, being consistent, showing up, being interested, keeping his word, providing for you, caring about you. If he's just looking at your body and he's like super sweet, he sees you as a freaking hole in the wall. That's what I'm trying to teach you. I'm 60. It took me until like this year to freaking get it. Nothing wrong with men, guys. There's nothing wrong with you that you want that. I'm just teaching ladies how we have to be available to that energy. That our body is offered to a man who is invested in us, and then he can have all of it. Like, and ladies, if you are in a relationship with a man who honors you and loves you, I hope that you are opening your heart, your mind, your body, and everything to this man, because those are the men that deserve all of you. And if you in any way are holding back, you know, I can't tell people what to do, but then please seek out some counseling and see why you're holding back, because these men that show up for us, the kind of man that we would marry to be the father of our children, they deserve all of us. They deserve everything. Those are the men that we have to give everything to. And to the extent that you don't want to because you're angry with men, or you don't trust men, or you don't feel loved, valued, or appreciated, go seek a therapist or couples counseling or something, because we do not want to withhold from these men. Those are the men that deserve everything that we have to offer. But the guys that just want sex right away, they just see us as a hole in the wall. They might as well go on. You know, when I get guys contacting me off my escort ad who don't want to give me any information, I'm like, well, if you want anonymous sex, go on Grindr. You can get anonymous sex. But if these guys want sex with a woman who values herself, they're going to have to pay a lot of money or get into a relationship and offer something of value. Because to women, and look at lesbians, context matters, the relationship part matters, the nurturing matters. If guys just want anonymous sex, they really should consider being bisexual. That's what I think. Or get some women who don't value themselves, you know, who are still trying to figure out what I've already figured out. They haven't figured it out yet. So they're just doing it for free, you know, and maybe they're giving the guy really good sex, but then they're going to regret it the next day. And I don't want to live a life of regret. I don't ever want to wake up I wake up in the morning, I wake up refreshed, I wake up happy, I wake up proud of myself, I wake up feeling whole, proud, confident, you know. And those women that just go around jumping on dick, I don't think they feel happy and worthy and valuable and happy. So there is a price that women pay. I'm sure these guys wake up happy, but women don't wake up happy. I'm sure that they don't. So if you want to be healthy, happy, and nourish your own energy, listen to your body and your heart and what you really want. And in closing, I'm going to say that we as women need to be approached through our hearts, and I need to be approached through my heart. The more you open my heart, the more you're going to get all of me, sexually and everything. And men don't seem to require that as much, you know. But it's good that we are so opposite, because they want to penetrate us and we're tempering it like, okay, buddy, I'm going to give you more than you ever imagined. But you got to slow down. You got to get into your heart. You have to get present. You have to be in the moment. You have to be attentive. You have to open your heart. And that's a good thing, because otherwise you could end up with this lesbian deathbed, you know. It's good that we have the guys that want it and the women are going, hold on, buddy, I'll give it to you, but you got to open my heart first, you know. And I think that's the beauty of men and women. And I think it's great having lesbians and gay people and trans people, because the whole world is really just a garden of all different kinds of people. And I'm just making this video to honor my own experience as a cis woman. And if you're a cis woman, biological woman, you may be able to relate to this. And I can, because it was through listening to other women that I was finally like, you know, I don't have to fuck these guys who've given me nothing. So I'm just here to encourage you. And thank you so much for watching my video.